In this tutorial in Microsoft Publisher, I'd like to show you a very effective way to draw lines in your documents that's much better than simply using the underscore key. I'm also going to show you how to use tabs to do another function, which is align text across the paragraph. Oftentimes we have a situation where we want someone to write in below a question, and I have two of them here. And sometimes we'll just use the underscore. Let me show you a much more efficient and flexible way. What we're going to do is we're going to say, I want the line that I'm going to draw to begin not at the left margin, but over below the D here. So I'm going to take my ruler and move the beginning of my paragraph over about 1/4 of an inch. And then I want to set a tab. So I'll move somewhere to the right side of that same line. And in the ruler, I'll use the left button and click the mouse, and it will create a tab. Now I'm going to click on that tab, and then it will give me more information about what to do. I want this not to be a left, center, or decimal tab, but a right tab. So I'll click that. And then I want the leader, with default is none. I want it to be a line. Then I'll click on Set and click on OK. Now, all I need to do to draw a line is press the Tab key, and it will create a tab that goes all the way to my tab stop. If I want the line to be shorter, I can move my mouse in the ruler, drag it to the left. If I want it longer, I can move it and drag it to the right. That's a very easy way. Now, if I want to create another paragraph for another fill-in line, I simply press the Enter key and hit Tab again, and I can go Enter and Tab all day long, and I've created some fill-ins. Let's back it up a couple of lines here and say, okay, I like the way this looks. I may use this elsewhere in the document. Let me show you how to create a style so you can instantly use this. I'm going to click on my Styles option in the Home tab in the ribbon, and the last option I will have will say New Style. You can't see it on your screen, but trust me, it's there. I'm going to click on New Style, and in the paragraph I just created, I will call this simply Line, and click on the OK button. So now I created a style on this paragraph called Line. So I can move below the second question, and I can click on my Styles tab and drag it down alphabetically to Line. And now I can press the Tab key and Enter and Tab and Enter again all day long, and I have my style. The other nice thing that you can do is you can change this in case if you're in a document, say you're in a part of Publisher where you don't have this kind of width. I'm going to click on the style and turn this paragraph back to normal. And let's assume that now my paragraph is only this wide. So what can I do? Well, I can do the same thing. I can create a new style for this kind of width. Let's say I want this to be indented this far, and I'll click on the tab over here, double click, and I'll say I want it to be right with a line, and set it, and click OK. And now I press Tab key, and I have a shorter line that fits this particular area. I can go ahead and define this. Again, I go into my Styles box if I want to use it again. I'll click on New Style, which is off your screen, but I'll call this a short line, and press OK. And now I can define anything I want to. I'll go back up to this paragraph here, call this a short line style. And now it automatically inherited those properties, and I can put in as many lines as I want to that fit that particular style. I'll click on all these and call these lines here my short line. Go down a bit farther. There we go. And it works. And I can even use it if the box is larger, because this is a short line. And if I go back here, I can mix the two. I can have a short line, and then below it, I can call this a style that's defined by my regular line, press my Tab key, and it goes all the way across. So there's all kinds of things you can do with this. You can actually make a line over here and another line over here using the tab. Let me show you how to do that. So now let's say I got two lines I want to fill in side by side. I will click over here and double click on this one. I want this tab to be a left tab. I'll click on set and click on OK. And then I'll do another right tab, click on here, and at this place this will be right with a line, and I'll do set, call this OK. I hit tab, space, and now I have two lines side by side, and I can give this a name if I want it to be like a two column fill in or whatever. And if I don't like the way they look, before I reassign it, I can move this one over here, move this guy back over here, make it a little more even in the middle, and then I can redefine the style if I want to. So that's a nice way to use tabs to create lines of different lengths. Now let me show you something else about how you can use tabs. We have first, second, and third here. And the way most people do that, I'm going to click on my paragraph mark so I can see all my tabs, is they go first, tab, 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 second, tab, 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 third. Let me show you a simpler way. We're going to take all the tabs out except for one, and all the tabs here except for one. And then we're going to use our center tab. Click on my ruler. I'll click there, and I'll click maybe over here. And this allows me to position the word second and the word third. And I can drag it where I want to, move wherever I want to on the screen. If I want to add a fourth, I'll hit tab, fourth, simply put another tab up in my ruler, and now I can adjust my first, second, third, and fourth without having to worry about, do I need to add another tab character, create another one. I can move them anywhere I want to on that line and align it very simply. So tabs are very useful. And the neat thing about this exercise, it applies to Publisher, but it also works perfectly in Microsoft Word.